Hi Taurus, this is your general tarot reading for Taurus Sun, Moon and Ascendant or Rising sign for the month of September. Taurus, let's do this, let's do what we always do. We'll shuffle the cards and wait on all the right ones to come out for you, my love. And in the meantime, let's talk about these energies that you may feel throughout the month. So we open up from August into September, still under the influence of that Pisces full moon that happened for you in your 11th house of friends, of technology, large groups of people, social media, anywhere in your life that you are on the leading edge of things. And there may have been a moment where that could have stressed you out a little bit. Now there's good and bad to it. You might have learned an awful lot, seen an awful lot, been absorbing great things and allowing wonderful things to happen within groups of people, teams within work. You've learned a lot, but it also could have stressed you out, pushed you to the max. So what you're doing now is you're recognizing that you've had enough of that sure, you needed to be in with groups of people, in with teams of people, working hard on social media, getting your ideas out front all the time. But now you just need to do what? Do what the sun says. You need to follow your soul into the 5th house, Sun and Virgo. And this is all about you now, really taking fun seriously. Can you take fun seriously? Well, apparently you can. There'll be a moment where perhaps something you've been creating with a group of people or with a team of people where you all had to get together with this big vision to bring something out to the front. And you get to show it off this month. The sun is shining on whatever it is you're doing within your groups of friends or teams that you're involved in or on social media. So it's all sunshine. So the trick here is to enjoy it, because I'll tell you why. Mercury is on the move big time this month. He starts off in the 4th house, which is all about you really reconnecting. You remember last month? Reconnecting with that sense of home, safety, security, being back in your emotional center and feeling the world out and enjoying the waves of pleasure that you got from being in touch with these emotions and being at home a lot, taking time at home, eating good food, spending time, blah, 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 all those nice things that you were doing last month. Mercury then goes on the move on the 6th of September into this 5th house, which is all about you being able to allow the things you're creating, allow the pleasure and joy that you've been feeling since last month to come out, to be expressed, to be shared, to be seen. 5th house means a good few things, but we'll focus on that, yes, something you're doing creatively or something that's really, that you've got your heart and soul invested in. It's now time to bring it out. It could be something to do with your community also, something that helps the community. That could be very key here too. But really, it's the energy of having fun. And I want to say this, before Mercury moves again on the 22nd of September into Libra, into your 6th house, he may have things come to your mind saying, look, you've got a lot going on. You're feeling good, you're feeling okay. There's been big changes, big shifts, we know. But if you stop and look around, for the most part, you're liking what's happening in your world, for the most part. But yet the big question is, why are you not enjoying it? Why are you not putting your feet up, relaxing and laughing and being adventurous and being silly, playful, joyful, being in a state of just allowing your presence to be here and be in a state of enjoyment and fulfillment? Why not? And so these are the things that Mercury might bring up. You've got a lot going on, baby. Why aren't you enjoying any of this? Why does it all feel like a lot of work? Why does it all feel like pressure? Why does it all feel X, Y, Z, too emotional, too dramatic, too this, too that? Why are you not enjoying it? So you'll get to answer that, and when you do mid-month really answer that question, you'll just be able to sit back and go, oh my God, it's time for fun. It's time to just just go with it. Go with the sunny side of things, really. So it's a lovely energy. This month, 6th of September, Saturn goes direct, and at the end of the month, around the 30th of September, Pluto goes direct. Now, these are the two heavy hitters, Taurus, that have been really trying to encourage you to change your whole perspective on something. Change your mind, get you out of a mental rut, get you out of a lifestyle rut, to get you moving, to get you expanding, to get these wonderful ideas and projects that you have, to get them growing. I mean, it's wonderful to be like Jack and the Beanstalk and have a pile of magic beans, but they mean nothing, baby, unless you put them in the ground and let them grow. And this is what Saturn and Pluto have been really pushing you hard to do. It's time to grow, time to expand, time to learn, time to educate yourself. A lot of you really, as we've spoken about many times before, are taking your spirituality, the house of the gods, the ninth house, you're taking that very, very seriously. And yet at the same time, with Saturn and Pluto going direct, saying, take your spirituality and your core beautiful beliefs seriously, but while we're turning around and really making you run with this, we're also giving you the support of the fifth house, which is to A, take it seriously, but B, be present and enjoy it. Yeah. You see, there's a beautiful dance that happens here, that sometimes very difficult things are beautifully balanced off with nicer things. So where one thing is hard, another thing supports it. So where you might find it's difficult to expand your life, it's difficult maybe to live in a type of absolute spiritual way, to always trust your spiritual inner compass, you know, because that can get knocked from time to time by outside influences and people. To be always staying in your truth is a bit of a challenge in these days. So they're saying, yes, take it seriously, but also realize that the whole purpose of you having this inner guide and inner compass is to be free, is to have pleasure in your life, and is to smile, smile, smile. So that's really gorgeous, really, really nice for you. Other things that are happening, beautiful full moon now. Mercury is in there, and then the new moon on September 9th in Virgo in the fifth house again. So around the 9th of September, if you are launching something that's very creative, that you really have your heart and soul in, the 9th of September, from the 9th is really a fantastic time to do that, my love, and I wish you every success with whatever it is. And there's an element here of not being afraid to go it alone a bit, because the moon has closed off a period where you were probably inviting a lot of friends or people to ask for their help, or inviting them for their input, for their, I don't know, for their knowledge, wisdom perhaps in some way. And now it's just you, baby. It's down to you, your beautiful face, to get out there and step out and be the front person to something. Be the one who takes it out there into the world. So, like I said, for those of you who are creating something, publishing something, then this is a great time, a really great time. On the 9th also, Venus is going into Scorpio in your house of partnerships and relationships, and anyone that you have a one-on-one with, where you are kind of very close with. Venus there, yeah. This could be a moment where you become very, very, very attractive. Around the 9th of September, if you're doing something that brings in love and happiness to both your world and other people's world, that's fantastic. It could be an event like a wedding or some sort of a celebration where there's equal amounts of joy, but also including some significant people in your life. And it seems to be quite transformative. It changes you. Now, for those of you looking for love, around September 9th, you could find that you could meet somebody who does come in and transform your world a little bit. So that's quite nice. They could be quite intense. Yeah, quite intense. There's a bunch of cards come out here, so some of you really are interested in this whole love thing. Let me see. I know not all of you are. These are general readings, so some of you are just looking at me when I say love, career, blah, 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 and you're going, next. I know. But this is how it works. So yeah, around September 9th, it's a gorgeous time for you to get out there, meeting people, getting out there, putting your face out there, perhaps to go on an app, a dating app, or putting yourself, or actually no, maybe the opposite, taking yourself off a dating app and maybe going out and meeting real people face to face again, you know, doing things the old-fashioned way. So it could be something like that. There is some energy going on here too, as we're waiting on 3 more cards, Taurus. As I said, something that you're doing, something very transformative that you're doing creatively, or perhaps with children. Let's not forget, 5th house is to do with children. This big transformative thing could be because you're welcoming a new child into your family, and if that's you, I wish you every success with that. But there is that element of being radically transformed. Even some of you could start getting very creative with your appearance, really changing your whole style up, your whole approach, your whole demeanour, brushing up your communication skills in some way where the first impression that you make is a really nice one, or one that suits your soul a bit better, creatively, Taurus. Venus on the 8th of September, Venus is squaring Mars. So there could be a moment in work here where, I don't know, I get the feeling with this, because these things mean so many things, but I get the feeling here that there might be somebody challenging your worldview, challenging your perspective, and getting quite nitpicky about it. And that might bother you. Maybe somebody in work, that every time you open your mouth, they put on their little glasses and say, well, actually, to be more precise, that thing that you said is spelled incorrectly and you pronounce that incorrectly. And after a while, you're like, oh my God, can you please just give me a freaking break here? I'm just doing my best. Yes, but actually, even though you're doing your best, that is quite not correct. And you're saying, oh my God. Very annoying. But you'll get over it. There is that element of, yeah, I feel it now, of feeling that your spirituality, or the things that you're trying to teach, the things that you're trying to open your world, your education, so on, anywhere that your world is growing, you'll meet those people. You'll meet that sort that says maybe not a whole lot of positive things to you, but rather they'll pick out some negative things, and it's your job here to realize that that's just the type of person they are. And maybe they do have something to say. Maybe they might be very annoying, but they could be correct. And there might be a moment of, oh my God, I hate you more now because you were actually right about what you said. So just go with that. Let that flow, baby. Now, the 12th of September, Jupiter is sextiling Pluto. There could be some great luck between you and another person, you and a business partnership, you and your partner, you and somebody that you're very, very close to, that there seems to be great luck in having very deep and meaningful conversations with them. Maybe going to start some education program with a friend, going to university, going to some, I don't know, a place of learning, or going to a spiritual site together around the 12th. Maybe a little journey, a vacation to somewhere that feeds your soul, feeds your mind. Yes, so I like that, And also on the 12th, Venus again. Yeah, again, don't be too worried if you feel personally challenged by either your partner or other people. It's just a moment. It's just something that you'll get over. You'll be fine. And if you feel that you meet somebody new, for those looking for love, if you meet somebody new that they might be very unusual, very radical, you might find them within a group of friends. Somebody might, in your friend network, introduce you to somebody that's shockingly attractive. Yeah. Nice energy. We're still waiting on those 3 cards, Taurus. What's going on? Hello. We're all working up anyway towards September 23rd, where both the Sun and Mercury are in the 6th house. So as the month begins to progress, you're getting more serious. You're getting more determined to work smarter rather than harder. You're getting more determined to go through the fine details of whatever it is you're doing in your life, and to be critical, but in a positive way. Not like those critical people who are saying, you spelled that wrong and I don't quite agree with you because based on this theory that's incorrect. Anyway, this is more about you getting serious about the smaller details within your life. Bills, utility bills, documents, perhaps even legal documents. Some documents that you and another partner are working out together. That it's time to get a little bit serious about the real ins and outs there. If you're setting up a business, Taurus, I think I spoke to you about this before, it's really worth investigating to see whether you're getting the best deals, the best prices for things, to see if you can, I don't know, save money somewhere. Because the 6th house, particularly here now this month, the 6th house is all about being economical. Being able to function within your own house or your business or your work sphere very economically. Watching the pennies, as they say, and I don't know, cleaning up anything that was a little bit obscure or you didn't quite have all the answers to. So it's a nice energy. And there is, of course, with 6th house stuff, there might be that real enthusiasm towards the end of the month to really focus on all things job related. Maybe looking for a new job, looking to elevate your career in some way, looking to change something up within your office space. And in general, just looking to be more organized in your life. 25th of September, we have the full moon in Aries. So this is interesting because this is a moment towards the end of the month where you might really need to relax, retreat, recover, go back a little bit and have a kind of a deep reset, a deep relaxation time. And it could be a moment where you not just need to go on vacation, but need to go further, need to go somewhere where there's a lot of peace and quiet. And because of this 9th house stuff that's happening for you, I imagine that in this peace and quiet towards the end of the month, there's going to be something very spiritual there, getting very much in touch now with Saturn and Pluto going direct, and now with the full moon at the end of the month. There could be really big mystical experiences for you at the end of the month. Some of you might be quite spiritual now, that you want to go on, some of these trips that are organized by spiritual groups or by churches or religious organizations to see something that really, it's that lovely energy of getting your soul back in balance, getting your soul back realigned, so that you're able to return again, Taurus, that you're able to return again feeling that you really now know your soul purpose. Yeah, and that you can return to all things in your life very tuned into that purpose. So, Taurus, if 2 cards don't come soon, I hope you don't mind, but I will have to choose them. So, yeah, I'll choose them. So here we go. I chose a nice one for you, Taurus, the Ace of Cups. And the next one, the Ace of Pentacles. You see, as I always say, I only want the very best for you, my love. Now, let's do what we always do, Taurus. Let's look at the big grand overview. I'm going to take a little drink of honey and hot lemon because you know me, I cough a lot through the videos. I've explained to some people that the reason is, unfortunately, I have to spend time in air conditioning. And it's just not good for me. It just really hits my chest area, so that's why I cough. So this is what this is for, to help stop the cough. So Taurus, she said, coughing, let's do this thing. We open up with you being, now we did say 6th house energy is coming in at some point, and we do begin with Venus in Libra in the 6th house. This is all to do with being practical, holding on to your money, holding on to the things that you have, crystallizing something. So there might be a project that you have or something that you're doing in your life, maybe something with your partner, business partner or love partner, where you want to make something rock solid, crystallize it, set it in stone. And it's a great thing for you to do, because once you get this sense of being in control of your finances, being in control of your household, being in control of business, baby, and your sense of purpose, then it helps to heal this feeling of sadness that might have been slowly creeping up on you, Taurus. Sometimes this card represents grief, and I know you've been through the ringer a little bit over the last, say, 4 years, 5 years. You have been through the ringer a little bit, and what you might find this month is the transformation that comes from you building a stronger structure in your life through the things that you're doing helps you out of this sadness, helps you out of this feeling of always losing, the feeling that life can often be quite severe. And because life is severe, I never get a chance to be my loving self. Cups are psychic, cups are love, cups are healing. So you're saying, I recognize at the start of the month that if I want to get out of this thing of I just don't have a proper platform, I don't have a proper space in my life to be truly a healing person, truly a spiritual person, truly a loving person, then making that more rock solid in my life is going to turn this around. So it is that beautiful energy of building, building, building. Are some of you literally building something within your home? Building an extension. Did we talk about this recently? Yeah. Building an extension in your home, or finding a home that better suits your needs now. Finding a home that's more in touch with what you want. And it could be a home issue or a family issue, a financial issue within the family sphere somehow that might have been giving you cause for a few tears. But again, as I said, Taurus, it's that energy of you saying, I'm more in control of this. I'm now living by what I want, what makes me happy, what I truly need in my life now, not what other people need. It's not good enough to just have a kind of a structure around me. I now must make everything rock solid in my life, so I can use it as a kind of a platform or springboard to expand my life in the way that Saturn and Pluto are trying to get me to do. And also for those of you who have had a lot of tears, maybe over money, not necessarily, but maybe over money or a house issue, I really do believe that you're dealing with it very well this month. You're dealing with it. And something might come to a little bit of a head. Because again, the sadness card, if you see there, is sandwiched between the 4, stability, rock solidness. The 4 of coins, money, security, purpose. And the 4 of wands, creativity. Something that's long lasting and enduring. Feeling that you've made your mark in this world somehow. And then beside that is the card again, another 5 to do with severity, somebody coming in and trying to take that away from you. So I get the energy here, Taurus, that it's like every time, as I said a few months ago, it seemed every time you were getting closer to finding your dream existence, your dream way of living, your dream home, your dream life, that somebody always came to either upset you, bring you tears, bring you down, or somebody came to maybe tell you that, oh, that's a stupid idea, what are you doing that for? And maybe try to cut you down a little bit. Maybe negative words saying, What are you doing that for? Why do you do this? Why are you doing this? Is what you have here not good enough? Almost like a toxic voice in there. Something that needs to be challenged. Now, this card is the card Venus in Aries, where somebody has a great big declaration of love standing beside somebody with bad words, nasty words, chopping it down. And I think that in real terms, you could be faced with somebody who is just constantly bringing you down, or a situation that's every time you take one step forward, it's almost like slap, 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 back you go. You can't have what you want. You can't make your dreams a reality. You can't do that. And the problem was that you had believed them. You had believed them. You had begun to trust that, well, maybe they're right. Maybe all I have to do is just stay at home and cry and just accept this situation. Maybe all I have to do is trust them when they say that I shouldn't aim any higher because my ideas aren't quite good enough. That I don't have maybe the quick thinking that they have, because there are people that are always trying to correct me and tell me where I'm going wrong. So there's energy concentrated on this at the start of the month, and the reason is because it's got to come to an absolute implosion point where you just suddenly, like the fifth house, laugh and say, I can't believe I allowed that to happen. I can't believe that has been my reality, that people have had that impact over me, and not just people, that I've done it to myself too, that I've challenged myself probably more than other people to fail. Yeah. Perhaps the big saboteur here wasn't an external person. Perhaps the biggest one was you. And we all go through phases like that one way or another, Taurus. So this is not a moment of going in and then getting a whip and beating yourself. Why did I do that? Why? It's not. It's a moment of realization so that you can grow through it, get over it, and say, that's not going to happen to me again. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to keep building, keep making my life rock solid and sure. Now, for those of you who are in a relationship, I do want to go here. If you find that there's somebody constantly chipping away at your relationship, that can't happen. Whoever it is, they must be told. They must be told that they're upsetting you. They must be told that they're kind of making you feel a bit unsettled. They must be told to back off. Really, they must be told to back the hell away. Because it would seem for some of you that there is a person, maybe one person or more, maybe two people, who have the ability to unsettle you. And I think, as I'm saying that, I'm getting this feeling of when you have maybe approached this gently before, that you were met with, what are you talking about? You're stupid, it's all in your head, you're just imagining that, and you're just being paranoid kind of feeling. I just picked up on that. No, if you're feeling that, that's what is happening. And if your foundations are feeling rocked in some way by something or something, you're not mad. That is what's happening. So I need you to assert yourself. Now, it doesn't have to be a situation about you going in all guns blazing, going all Clint Eastwood, pew, pew, pew. You don't have to do that. But what you do have to do is recognize it and at least begin to trust that you can assert yourself by constantly reminding that the space that you're in is yours. Nobody can take that away from you. That nobody has really ever the power to knock you down, to knock you off your position, to knock you out of your sense of security. Nobody has the power to do that. It's just us sometimes. We give away our power to people, and sometimes people, unfortunately, it would be nice to think that everybody in the world is all sweetness and light, but sometimes people, through their own insecurities, do unfortunately get a sense of pleasure from seeing somebody like you, Taurus, somebody that's moving up, making a success of their lives, a gentler soul. It kind of makes them glad to see you wavering and feeling a bit knocked. So you just stay in your truth, baby, when this happens, okay? Because here we have the Chariot, the Cancerian card, beside the card of deep self-reflection and also new love, cute love, somebody that's admiring you maybe from afar. For those of you who are really out there looking for love, a Cancerian, either sun, moon or rising, could really be, I don't know, igniting your fire, sweeping you off your feet in some way. You like them. You like their vibe. And in some way, they teach you a lot about yourself, because you are in the zone at the moment, long term, Taurus, to receive teachers and masters into your life, to receive higher learning, to receive guidance. And when you look for that, it seems, this month, you might get it through somebody who's both deeply involved with their own truth, deeply involved with their own emotions, and yet very capable of moving ahead in the world despite being so soft. That's the contradiction of Cancerians, that they're very soft and in touch with their emotions, and you would think that all they need to do is just hide in a corner under a blanket because they're so gentle, when in fact they've mastered the emotions, so they're able to use them to push ahead in their life. So you might meet somebody this month, even if it's not a lover, which it could be, but certainly somebody with a great wisdom that allows you to reflect upon how you can learn a lot from them, how to be both soft and strong, how to master the emotions in such a way, mastering the emotions. Now, why is this coming to me? Some of you who are on a very, very deep journey of spirituality, might recognize that your emotions and your spirituality have to be balanced in some way. I don't know how that pans out. It seems to be quite specific, whatever that is. Mastering the emotions in some way through some spiritual practice. I don't know. You'll figure that out. Yeah. And healing. But I'll get to that now in a moment. This is you walking away from something and moving towards justice, moving towards a greater sense of equilibrium and balance, moving towards a Libra, moving towards getting very good, solid advice from somebody. So literally this card could be about you leaving behind a period where you really didn't understand how to play a certain game, maybe with contracts and work, maybe with something legal. Maybe you need more legal advice because you're leaving behind a painful situation and maybe taking legal advice about it. Okay. Some of you really could have experienced a painful situation, maybe within a relationship or a partnership or a work environment, where you now need to, you just need some real solid advice, some proper advice on how to handle that situation, legal advice especially. But for those of you who feel that you are leaving behind, it seems like I'm getting so much here. That's why you probably see me a little bit distracted at the moment, Taurus. It seems to be a period where there was a lot of confusion, and now you're leaving that behind and getting more centered and more balanced. What has confused you? Perhaps because your worldview has been challenged, your spirituality has radically changed in some way, and that has almost knocked you off your feet in some way, and now you're seeking the balance needed. Some of you may be seeking a bit of karma. This is the card of karma, looking for looking for justice for something. Now Libra, 22nd, 23rd of September, we go into Libra, Mercury and the Sun in the 6th house. I think it's a work-related issue. Maybe there was a work injury or something that happened within the work that now needs to be addressed. Or it needs more organization, it needs more balance. Because as I was going into your energy there, Taurus, there was this feeling of being all at sea. It was up and down, up and down, up and down. And sometimes that can be because you're having quite a spiritual moment. Yeah. Or because your beliefs are radically changing. Or it could be because there has been a period of strong emotional turmoil or confusion, which you're now, thank God, getting back on track. And when you do get back on track, this is you coming up with, okay, it seems to be a theme here this month, Taurus. Every time you try to solidify something, beside it is a bit of a disaster. I want to show you this. Trying to solidify your money, sadness, regret, disappointment beside it. Trying to solidify your home life, the things you're creating, your love life. Severity being cut down beside it. And then you have the moment of feeling so hard done by that you feel you need somebody to be on your side. Somebody that will listen to you, take in all these emotions and kind of run with them to bring you somewhere else. So there's been severity, there's been high drama, there's been emotions, and now here we come again with you trying to excuse me, bring something out again with your soul purpose, how to make money and so on. And beside it we have the Tower, things coming down. You know, Taurus, I usually try to keep the cards a kind of a mix of love and work and things like that. And that's really what these are supposed to be. But everything here, it seems the whole energy is culminating to the 3 last cards, which is all about having an absolute moment of collapse. And I know that sounds scary, it's not supposed to be. The collapse comes when you break through. There's like an egg shell in your life and you've been kept small, kept in, kept held back, kept held down, kept sad, disillusioned, without motivation. Every time you tried to step out, you just banged your head off the side of the eggshell. And now here comes, towards the end of the month, an absolute thunderstrike moment where the eggshell is cracked wide open. And you emerge. And really, this is quite a month for you, it seems, Taurus, in terms of opening your mind, an evolution of your spirituality. Who did I read for there recently that there was something similar happening? Scorpio, your opposite sign. There's a similar vibe for them. That before you can really move forward, Taurus, you have to allow this great cataclysm where things are broken, things are destroyed, things are allowed to collapse, what's collapse? Things that are derelict, things that get in the way of progress. Your money, your home, your finances, your creativity, your everything has been meeting a dead wall. But to get past it, you need the thunder strike to knock that wall down and bring you forward. So this is quite a big month energetically for you, and I'm sorry for those of you who have come to my reading for something different or specific. I have to read what I see. I have to. That's what I do. And it seems that this is a very deep and spiritual month again for you, Taurus. And when that Tower moment comes, when everything looks like it's all falling into nothing, that's when everything falls into place. Because beside that, the new beginnings, the start over, where you are completely healed, recovered, where there is new, look at this, the hand of God comes out and offers you the real divine truth, the real divine healing, the real divine wisdom, the cleansing in your soul and your psyche and your spirit, the real deal, new love, new passion in your life, new joy, new optimism. Beside the coin, new soul purpose, new meaning to your life, and new money. So remember, my love, when the lightning strikes and it looks like it's all going down, you're being handed, do you see? Each hand, right hand, left hand, both hands of God, saying, I need to give you this. Thank God you finally cracked and broken through. Thank God you finally left. Well, you wouldn't say thank God, you'd say thank me that you've finally left that situation. Thankfully you've walked away from this, that and the other. Thankfully you haven't held on so tight. Thankfully you've let the things fall away, because now that the thunder has hit you, now that you've received the crack wide open. What was that Leonard Cohen saying about the crack is in order to let the light come in? Yeah, that's not right. And there'll be people like you, Taurus, the people that'll be around you going, well, technically that's not actually the correct sentence. You know, you spelled it wrong, you did this wrong. It's like, go away. You know where I'm going. But when the crack comes, then the new stuff begins. The new journey begins. So, Taurus, this great big spiritual journey where the lightning strike comes so that you are allowed to find new purpose and meaning and healing and recovery and love, passion and desire in your life towards the end of the month. I love that, Taurus. I really love that. And I really wish you all the best with this month, because it seems to be very powerful, spiritually, very, very powerful for you, my love. And when you're shining, they're all illuminated. Then don't forget to come back to us and share that wonderful wisdom here with the rest of us, you know. And, you know, if this is quite a tough time at some point through the month, I say this every now and then to people, come back to the comment section, and if you see somebody having any great big difficulties like I just spoke about, will you support each other? Will you go in and say, yes, I'm experiencing this too, but let's help each other through this? Because if it's as big as I feel it's going to be here for you, Taurus, then it's probably a nice idea to connect with other people, other Taurians here or on other groups, to help each other through this big breakthrough. My love, I'm going to leave it at that. And for your beautiful spiritual journey, I will give you a big kiss for luck. Mwah! And all my love, as always. Until next month, Taurus. For those of you, by the way, who, if this is the first time seeing my videos, subscribe. Join me on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, She Bear Tarot. And as I said, come back next month. And until then,